congratulations on the show. I know for writers you could be precious about your own material when Hollywood or whoever comes calling. What was your reaction when you got approached in the first instance?
I don't think I'm precious at all. This is my first experience of it, and so when you're approached and you're told that the team behind Big Little Lies and then The Undoing, you know, want to develop your book, you know, it's quite hard to be precious about it really. And I was really lucky there was more than one team that was interested, so I had several people who were interested in buying it. And from the very first conversation with Runa Papandreou and Liza Chasen, there was just this brilliant chemistry, and I knew that they were interested in female-centred stories and in putting women behind the camera, and I really felt that their vision for it really reflected my vision of the book. And I've been really amazed because when you option a book, you sign away your creative control, and I thought I might be precious about it because Anatomy of a Scandal is something I feel really, really strongly about. I wrote it out of contract. It was partly inspired by what we now call a Me Too experience of my own. But do you know what? I feel as if they've been really respectful to the tone of what was really important to me was that we explored entitlement and consent, and that the court scenes are really, really accurate. And I think they are really, really faithful to the nuance and the tone of the book. And I've loved it actually. I feel that it's twistier than the novel, because to fill 6 episodes rather than 100,000 words, you need more content. But I love that. I love what David E. Kelley and Melissa James Gibson have done with it. I flirted with an idea and I wasn't quite brave enough to pull it off because I couldn't work out how I could do it, but they've done so. So it's slightly different, but the tone is, I think, very much the same. And I just love the fact that, why wouldn't I love the fact that a novel I wrote, not knowing if anyone would want to read it, is being shown in 190 countries and is hopefully going to stimulate some discussion about entitlement and consent. It's also very much a show for our times, It's an MP who is accused of lying and breaking the rules, and an examination of entitlement. I can't think of what's going on here like that. So the timing is just incredible. And I don't feel precious at all. I just think it's the most amazing celebration. Also, we've had, 2 really tough years, haven't we? And this was made throughout the pandemic. I went and visited a year ago on set in March. End of the 3rd lockdown, had to have 3 PCR tests to go on set. It was really the end of filming on set, and it was just so. I'd been homeschooling my kids, and just worrying. We hadn't had jabs then, had we? And I've been worrying massively about COVID, and to see this great creative outpouring from, not just the actors and the director, but from the crew and all these people who hadn't been able to work at the start of the pandemic and was suddenly just jubilant about the fact that they were creating something, and that was really, really exciting. So I don't feel precious about it at all. I'm really excited it's got this new life, and it's different from what I wrote, but it's still faithful.
And obviously when you wrote the characters, you probably didn't envision people, but then you see this cast assembled. You must have been delighted with the talent that they've got together.
I think I squealed when they said Rupert Quinn was doing it. Rupert Quinn? That's his Quinn from Homeland. Rupert Friend was doing it. Sienna, I couldn't believe that. And as soon as they said Michelle, I was like, yes, I can see that. And what's really interesting is in the book, the Sophie character's got dark hair. I think I imagined a sort of Kate Middleton, and the Kate character's got dyed blonde hair. But now that I've seen them in those roles, I've had to do copy edits for the US with the books. I've had to reread it, and actually when I read Kate, I hear Michelle Dockery, and when I smile when I see her coming on there, and when I read Sophie, I see Sienna now. So I love that they've taken to it. So they've been. Sienna's been particularly has been fantastic in promoting it, and it's obviously resonated with her. I think her experience of being in the media onslaught and dealing with a partner who's and revelations that you may not want to have in the press. Yeah.
I hope you have a fantastic evening. Thanks so much for your time. Pleasure.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys.
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey